So I used the max rings code to be able to afford to buy the radio tower. I was planning on replaying all the levels to get to grind up for money, but the thing is that when you do, like, sometimes you can get hit during a level and you have to beat the level with all of the rings you have, and only then do you get more of it. And I was having really bad luck with Plant Kingdom, so how does Blaze not recognize, how does Marine not recognize that Blaze is the princess of her dimension? I mean, the options guy knows that she's the princess of the dimension. Like, Marine, she's so ignorant to so many things, and it's not because of her age, because she's only 7 years old. She's like a year younger than Tails is. How does she not know what electromagnetic stuff is? And it can't be explained as because she's in the Soul Dimension, because Blaze knows all about that stuff. So, suddenly you appreciate her energy? For most of the game, Sonic constantly complains about the energy that she has, saying that she's too energetic. Where's this sudden temporary appreciation for it coming from? I kind of suspect that Blaze's dimension is 200 years behind Sonic's, because, I mean, like, look at this. We've got a steampunk level in the form of Marine Labyrinth, and we never really find out what it's for, by the way. And we also have, like, we have people who are isolated enough that it implies that they don't have internet because there's so much they don't know. Like, Marine calls the pirate an idiot, but she's never even seen ice before. There's so much that implies that Blaze's dimension is 200 years behind Sonic's. But it kind of makes me wonder why Blaze wasn't more amazed at seeing Sonic's dimension, seeing all the technology that it no doubt would have. And, like, if that's the case, if this is a more steampunk area, because another thing is that Blaze talks about there being parts of the sea that haven't been extensively mapped by geographers already. Like, you'd think satellites and stuff would have taken care of that, but Blaze talks about the area around the level that we're going to as if a lot of people haven't been there. Like, we don't know what's there yet. So, like, I don't know. It implies that Blaze's dimension is 200 years behind Sonic. And I find that interesting because Silver's future is 200 years ahead of Sonic's, and that's where the Blaze from 06 shows up. Like, I don't know why there can't just be two Blazes. But then again, like, 06 isn't canon, so you don't really need to explain away that anyways. Yep, she's a Scrappy, alright. Why does she get scared just from mentioning the word ghost? That doesn't make any sense. It's unrealistic. I don't really like these koalas. Like, they're all just the exact same character over and over again. Oh, Marine is such a handful, but she's still a nice girl. Now I'll get back to my own personal gimmick. And you can see I was running fast there. That's because I was holding down the B button. Yeah, if you click on Whale Point, then you'll be asked to do the tutorial again, but you can quit at any moment, so. I like the map screen. I like how you can just quickly navigate the hub world by just choosing where you want to go. It's a lot faster than in Sonic Adventure where you have to go through the entire area to get to next place, which made me really thankful that there was a trial mode. But yeah, just draw a line around the lightest blue part of the map. Like, the lightest blue part of the map that turns pink when the ocean tornado gets close to it. The part that's right to the east of the island that you're setting sail from. Like, I had the hardest time when I first played this game trying to figure out what parts of the map I wasn't able to sail around. Because the annoying thing is, when you go through a map, that fills it out. Like, this game is supposed to be competing with Wind Waker, I guess? In that, like, it's on an ocean and it's islands and stuff. But if that's the case, then it should be trying to improve on it rather than making it worse. Like, have you start out with C chart completely filled up. Don't make it so that you have to go through every single inch of it to fill it up. I mean, even Wind Waker made it more convenient because you could fill up an entire square at a time all at once, just by giving bait to a fish. In this game, you have to go through every single inch of the sea chart if you want to fill it all up. Like, that's gotta suck for people with OCD or with people with too many time on their hands like me, who just feel the need to fill up every single inch of the sea chart. I like how Sonic said it was charming, because it feels like he's finally showing appreciation for his adventure again. Is it really that common for Australians to talk that stereotypical? Like, I don't think even real Australians talk like Marine does. Like, I know that Yahtzee doesn't. Like, aside from, like, a few times he says mate and stuff. I don't know. Do Australians find her offensive? My problem with her is not that she's offensive, it's that she's annoying. She just does whatever she wants even though she's incompetent and just risks getting herself hurt. But yeah, when I first played this level, I felt like it was designed by a ROM hacker. But I mean, it's a lot of the times you're going on these extremely narrow, small... You're going on these really narrow planks all the time. And it reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog The Lost World. Did you ever see that ROM hack? It tried to make into level form the long lost levels of Sonic 2, and Brain Scratch Comms did a commentary over it. The game is really not that great. The problem I have here is that Sonic levels, 2D Sonic levels, have always tried to look three-dimensional. But when you're going on those long planks like that, it doesn't really work. In addition to the lack of alternate routes, this level has a lot of gimmicks that I don't really like. This level is a lot more tolerable with plays, but even then, sometimes you can soar over stuff and get sent to your death because you did an air trick in a place where the developers didn't think you would. I hate how you can jump off of those things, because usually you need to swing around them to progress. Those blue things can trampoline you into enemies. Like, your boost stops when you get trampolined by them, and so you can get sent straight into the enemies. So that can be cheap. You gotta constantly mash the buttons that appear, because otherwise they won't respond properly to you pressing them. Like, I'm gonna show off in this video, I very clearly pressed the right button, but for some reason, it didn't register. And another thing I have a problem with is that the buttons aren't color-coded. So it takes longer for you to react properly to each button. Like, they're all the same color, and one of them's a shoulder button. Yeah, that doesn't take longer to react to. Like, A and B are right beside each other, that's fine, but the R button, like, really? The DS has a Y button and an X button. Why can't you just have that? And I also hate the barrels that trap you in them and you gotta mash buttons to get out of them. Like, even when you mash buttons to get out of them, you don't destroy the barrels so that it can't be a threat anymore. Why? That doesn't sound like good design to me. It feels like they're just wasting your time trapping them in barrels. On the bright side, I love the aesthetic of this place, like the purple sky, and I love the creepy atmosphere. And you'll notice that this is the only level in the game that I don't replace the music of. Because this level, I love the theme of this level. Like, it took a while for me to warm up to it, but this does actually suit the level. Like, it sounds like a creepy ghost ship area theme. And, funny story, my mom actually walked into the room and she just started dancing to it because she thought it sounded like disco music. Like, this is actually a pretty good track. It took a while for me to warm up to it, but yeah. Why can't every song in the game be like this? Why can't all level themes be more suited to the context and sound really good? It really just makes you think of what could have been. I think that item box gives you more boost energy. One of the problems I have with Rush games is that it's not always clear what the item boxes do. I like how you can just walk into them and collect them, but like it needs to be more obvious sometimes what they do. Like I like the electric shield, I like that it's back, but Act 2 is definitely a lot more better designed than Act 1. Just like in Act 1, you got a set piece where the pirate ship will shoot cannonballs at you while you're running past it. And it doesn't really have that much of a threat of actually hurting you. It's really just an action set piece. And it's good for Sonic games to have action set pieces. It helps create the atmosphere. It's an action platformer. It should have action set pieces in it. And that's something that I've heard that Lost World sorely misses. Instead it just abandons all that for just generic 3D platformer. Like here you're making apple juice. Here you're rolling a ball and making snowmen. It's not really a Sonic game. It's not really Sonic levels in that game. But yeah. This was a level that I didn't want to replay when I first played it. And I died multiple times in Act 1 when I first played the game. Something that I don't understand with this game is how is the pirate able to get away from them so easily? Sonic, why are you complaining that she's getting all worked up over a villain? Are you really going to go back to Sonic Rush where you can't escape me? Well, it sure is a good thing that his attack wasn't able to reach Blaze there because it appeared right before it said the word go. Like that's kind of cheating, isn't it? Also, Blaze is still able to get hurt by the fire, even though she's inexplicably immune to fire in the levels themselves. Like, it's not very consistent. Like, what, would it be too broken? At least it would be more fun. This boss it's one of the shortest bosses in the game, which is good. But there's so many ways that it can easily hurt you because it has so much attack reach. It constantly backs you up against the invisible wall at the edges of the arena. It's so easy for it to hurt you, and what you've got to do after it crumbles or something is you got to jump into that red jewel to damage it. And sometimes it'll annoyingly fly all over the place. The annoying thing about the cranes is that it's very easy to accidentally grab them and be pulled up to the top of the arena when you don't want to. Like you're trying to get away from the top, or you're trying to get away from the bottom and jump into the enemy, but you can't. Like, this boss is surprisingly easy to die in. How did he get away? Sonic can run at the speed of sound. Blaze can presumably run just fast. How is it possible that the pirate is able to get away? I mean, at least Eggman has an Eggmobile, so he can fly away. But even then, Tails can fly too. How does she not know what a hovercraft is, but she's able to build a ship? It's like they try for the rest of the game to portray her as a complete idiot, even though that doesn't really make any sense. I mean, even Knuckles is more isolated than she is. Her island is full of people, and it's not like she's an idiot because of her age, because she's 7 years old. She's only a year younger than Tails is. And she can't be an idiot because she was able to build a ship. And even though the ship didn't work, it's still incredibly impressive that a 7-year-old was able to build a ship. So how does she not know what a hovercraft is? How does she not know what ice is? How does she not know what plasma and electromagnetic stuff is? Like, ice is something that even people 200 years ago would logically be familiar with. But yeah, we built the hovercraft, which is easily one of the worst vehicles in the game. Well, almost all of them suck. The Aqua Blast is the only vehicle in the game that doesn't have a tornado-themed name. Like, so many of Tails' vehicles have wind-themed names. Which is weird because, sure, he can fly, and like you could argue that he's an air kitsune, but Sonic, usually Sonic's more associated with the wind. Like, he's called the Knight of the Wind in Sonic the Black Knight. He says that he's one with the wind, and he runs really fast. So, like, I don't know, you'd think that any of Sonic Wind and stuff why don't people listen to Blaze more? So she lets her have her way, one hopes that she does not have children. A lot of people are happy that Blaze is actually treating Marine like the way that she should. Like Sonic just lets Marine do what she wants. But the problem is that Blaze isn't hard enough on her. Like, she just scolds her like a disapproving mother. But even then, she's still too lenient with her. She still just lets her get her own way when she throws a temper tantrum. But I'll rant more about that when it's a lot more relevant.